Hello everyone, I hope you're well. My name is Juliana Gonzalez and today I'm interviewing my English reading comprehension and writing professor Angelica Tatiana Vigoya, a professor and graduate of Modern Languages program with an emphasis on English and French at the University of Quindío. So let's do it. Everyone, my name is Juliana Gonzalez and today I will be interviewing the professor
Angelica Vigoya. Hello.
Hello, Professor Angelica. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
Great. Thank you so much. Okay. For today, we have three questions for you. The first one is, what teaching methodologies do you find most effective to teaching a language?
Well, the methodology I like the most is the content-based learning. It's like you teach different subjects in English. For example, it doesn't apply here at the university for some things because we teach reading and writing and oral comprehension, not only grammar, and that's something that I consider works a lot. Still, I don't like to left aside grammar. For me, that's one of the most important not topics but components of the language, because with grammar you're going to be able to understand more the language and speak properly, also write it properly. uh, well, with students I don't like to be like how can we say that, I like participation, like conversational methodology, like I ask, they answer, or we have interactions, debates, all of that, so they can start promoting more the English.
Okay, Professor. And why do you consider that the grammar is important for the students in this career?
Because they're gonna be teachers, so they need to know
Yes.
the language. It's not like, yes, it's not like they're learning English just because they want to travel abroad or because they want to, I don't know, do a job interview or because they want to work, but it's because they're gonna be teachers and they have to know how the language works in order to teach it.
Okay, it is important, but many students don't want to be a teacher in the future, and I think that for this reason, many people of this career don't have a clear concepts about grammar. But it is important because we need to speak in a perfect way this language, English and French.
Yes, not to say in a perfect way because still it's our yes, kind of. We try to. We try to. We're still Hispanic. There's no way we can do it like perfectly, but we can do it better than other people. And yes, I know that there are many students who don't want to be teachers, but this is the major and this is the title that they're going to get.
Okay, thank you so much. The second question is, in your experience, what are the most common misconceptions students have about learning a new language?
Well, one of them could be the grammar, that they don't need the grammar.
The same.
The same, because actually they need it a lot. Even in other academies, they teach grammar, even if they're just learning because they want to learn it. Let me think about another misconception. Maybe it's a practice, like translating from English to Spanish, because they think that they are going to do it well if they start translating. So what we have to do is to actually try to think in English, not in Spanish. And I have noticed many of them who say, okay, it's very simple because if you translate it to Spanish, it says this. But no, that's a misconception because they are two different languages. They are expressing different ways, so there's no way we can just learn the language translating Spanish to English and English to Spanish.
Yeah, it is a big problem that many students have because most of the times students in the career were thinking in Spanish, in the same way in the case of French and in the case with the English language. And it is important to take into account that it's very important think but in English or French, not in Spanish, because these three languages are very different.
Yes, that's correct. Sometimes it could be kind of impossible not to think in the native language. Or, for example, in French, I know some students who think in English to learn French, but for learning English, they think in Spanish. And yes, that's crazy. It's very difficult because we are not learning English as a second language, but as a foreign language. So it's kind of impossible to not think in Spanish when we are trying to learn English. But still, it's something that we need to know how to handle. Try to think in English and in French.
Okay, Professor, thank you so much. And the last question is, what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced as a language teacher, and how have you overcome them?
Oh my God, frustration. When students get frustrated, it's very, very difficult because even if you try to explain them in different ways, I have even tried to explain in Spanish and they don't get it, they don't get the idea, they don't understand, they get frustrated, but it still is my task to make them feel that they can do it.
Yeah.
It's very, very complicated. And how have I done it better? Well, I remember once I had a student some years ago. He was very, very frustrated because he wasn't able to understand any of the topics in English. I was teaching
my
grammar.
God.
And what I tried to do was to like ask him to do different types of activities, like go to your house and write what you do daily, and then bring the homework to me and I will help you with that.
Oh my God, you help this person a lot?
Yes. Yes, because, well, as teachers, we need to help these kind of people who want to learn, but they have difficulties. So, yes, one of the biggest challenges is to deal with frustration from the students.
Okay, from my point of view, you have a beautiful hair because you help all of the time the students, and it is very important, Professor. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Hello.